Well, at a time in Indianapolis when there are many sports stories to be told and written, our next guest will be honored at the Indiana Sports Corporation's upcoming Pathfinder Awards as Indiana's Inspiring Sports Storyteller. Bill Benner has more in this week's Inside Indiana Sports. Bill.
Gary, thanks. After an exceptional career as a sports journalist, Malcolm Moran came to Indianapolis in 2013 to direct the Sports Capital Journalism program at IUPUI. And over the next few weeks, both he and his students will be immersed in telling the myriad stories of March Madness. And Malcolm joins us today to offer his perspectives on this unique time in Indianapolis sports history. And Malcolm, my friend, welcome to the program.
It's great to be here, Bill. Good to see you.
Well, it's good seeing you. And again, congratulations. The Storyteller Award, Inspiring Storyteller, and your career goes back many, many years. You've covered virtually every great sporting event, not only in America, but throughout the world. But just your initial reaction, Malcolm, to being honored in this manner.
I think I'm still in shock, really, because even though it's hard to believe, as of this summer, it will be 15 years since I left industry for the academy. And so somebody has a really good memory, or old yellowed clips, or both. But when you think of the people that do that job currently really well in this market alone, they have more than enough candidates to choose from, so it's extremely humbling.
Well, and Malcolm, I think you're also being recognized not only as your own ability, which I recall very well, to be a storyteller, but what you've imparted to now, for 7 or 8 years, the last 7 or 8 years, to students at IUPUI through the Sports Capital Journalism Project. And for people who might not know, just give us a brief description of what that program entails.
Well, it's got multiple levels. The MA in sports journalism on the IUPUI campus was the first of its kind when it was created a little over a decade ago. And now I think largely through the visibility of the program, a number of other schools have established masters in sports journalism. So it means that it's a more competitive field and students have more choices. We also have an undergraduate sports journalism concentration. And so we have opportunities for both undergraduates and graduate students. And the NCAA tournament opportunity is the latest one and probably the most ambitious thing that we've done since I've been here. And
again, we're into it now. The tournament is beginning, and away we go. You will have coverage, mostly I think on NCAA.com, but your students will be certainly embedded and providing in-depth coverage throughout the course of the tournament. And that has to be and you've taken them to the Olympics and previous Final Fours and so many, but to be this here with your home turf and the entirety of March Madness, this is an incredible special opportunity.
It's a great opportunity, and really the payoff, and I've given the spoiler alert to the students already. The payoff is, in a very short period of time, the progress they make from when they first walk into the venue for that first 4 or first round game, and they're a little bit wide-eyed and what am I doing here and can I do this, which is all natural. But then they focus in, and as I remind them, this is my 42nd tournament, I think I know what I'm doing, I've got your back, and my role is to make you look good. And to see them become more confident, sometimes hour by hour. I mean, I've seen that happen at something like the college football playoff. And then the real payoff is that when they emerge at the end of the experience and they know they can do it, they don't need somebody like me to tell them they can do it because they know they can. And that has translated into jobs. And so that's really why I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Malcolm, we got less than a minute left. Difficult to sum up the Indianapolis input into staging the entirety of March Madness, including the Final Four. But again, an incredible, unique time in our city's sports history.
Well, and you've seen it all happen from a number of vantage points, but I can remember I did not attend the 1980 Final Four, but I have a lot of friends that did, and there was zero buildup as far as being excited to come here. In 1980, Indianapolis was just another stop. And to see what it's become, where not only is it a highlight among all the Final Four sites, but a place that can even think about trying to pull this off, is just a stunning advance over that time.
Well, Malcolm, we certainly appreciate you coming on the show. Congratulations again on the Inspiring Sports Storyteller as part of the Pathfinder Awards, April 1st. And again, congratulations on that award. And we'll see you around sometime during the month of March.
Where else would you want to be?
That's exactly right. Malcolm Moran, thank you so much. And Gary, back to you.